Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the anime Recreators. Now, Recreators begins in Japan, where a bunch of fictional characters from popular anime and games are taken from their world and brought to our world by a mysterious and powerful woman in a military uniform known as Altair, with the goal of disrupting the balance of reality, thus destroying the world. Being fully aware of her grand scheme, a few of these fictional characters, along with their creators, team up in order to thwart her. Now, Recreators is both the brainchild and a collaborative effort between two prominent names in the anime industry. First is the director/co-writer A. Aoki. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. If not, I apologize profusely. I'm not good at pronunciations. I did the best I could. Whose track record as a director has been rather spotty, at least for me, as he's directed some fantastic anime like Fate Zero and Horo Masuko, but has also directed some pretty terrible ones like Girls Bravo and I'll Noah Zero. And the other person is Rei Hiyori. Again, I hope I pronounced that right, but he was the creator of Black Lagoon. And when I discovered that these two were working together and also their previous work, I actually got pretty excited. Not to mention that this anime had so much hype to it. Everyone kept talking about ReZero, and I couldn't wait to see it. I wanted to see whether or not this anime would live up to its hype. And in my personal opinion, it most certainly did. First up to bat, as always, is the animation, which looks fantastic and was bursting with energy, particularly in the various battle scenes throughout the series, with vibrant backgrounds and solid character designs, each so distinct and representative of the various genres that these fictional characters came from. The Japanese voice acting is stellar, convincing, and on point. Everyone nails their performances, especially when it came to the dramatic scenes. In fact, it's through their excellent and strong deliveries that they're able to convey and capture the raw emotions that happen in these particular moments and make them come off as believable. It will bring you to tears. And it really sounded like all the voice actors and actresses were really enjoying playing their roles. A few standout performances for me include the voice actor for Yuya for his carefree, tough guy delivery, which I always enjoyed hearing and seeing, and the two voice actresses that played Meteora and Megane respectively, as both had to say the most lines out of the entire cast, which must have been a difficult and exhausting task, so I applaud them for pulling it off. Extra props though to Meiya Sakamoto. Even though she had to say all of these lines, she always added energy and charisma in her performance as Megane, and I truly appreciated it. Also, fun fact, she's also the voice of Nino from Our Power Under the Bridge and Ciel Phantom Hive from Black Butler. The music is so damn riveting to listen to, adding to the excitement of the anime's various action scenes, and are they themselves exciting to listen to, which makes a whole lot of sense considering that the composer Hiroyuki Sawano is known for making pulse-pounding, energetic music for such action anime as Guilty Crown, Attack on Titan, and Kill la Kill, all three known for having great soundtracks. And I absolutely love the shit out of both the opening themes, and they do an excellent job at captivating and getting the audience pumped up to see this anime. When you hear the opening theme play, you're like, wow, that song just kicked my ass. I'm in for something really awesome and exciting, ain't it? Alright, let's get it started. I can't wait to watch Recreators! Or at least, that's how I felt when I first heard the opening themes. Not to mention how freaking addicting the melody and vocals are in both. I mean, they are just so infectious, and I could not get them out of my head. I want to listen to them over and over and over again. And once again, Hiroyuki Sawano strikes as he actually made the opening themes, both of them, for this anime. And walking hand in hand with the music and animation, the action of Recreators is exhilarating and so much fun to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed every single moment of action in the series. And the action scenes were not just a mindless spectacle with no meaning behind them. There was weight to them. They had purpose and sometimes deep, conflicting emotions to them. It actually enriched the action scenes and made you actually care about the characters and the situations that they were in, and you wanted them to survive them. The story is captivating and engaging from beginning to end. I'm not lying when I said that I couldn't take my eyes away from the screen. I was so enticed by what was happening that I could not wait to see what was in store in the next episode. The series made me a freaking dope fiend, just like waiting for the next episode. I'm jonesing for more. Give me more, give me more. If I were to sum up the components that make up the story of Recreators, it would be this. It has the thrilling, exciting action and dialogue of Fate Zero, made by the same guy, mixed with the emotional depth and complexities of Akame ga Kill, bringing you to tears in many different scenes with major character deaths and powerful scenes of raw emotion. Now, some may argue that the story felt overly complicated, that the pacing was incredibly slow and drags a lot due to its large amounts of dialogue and exposition scenes that stretch on for a handful of episodes. And to that I say, I completely agree with you, and I'll expand on that point a little bit later in this review. But I also thought it was a very valuable and necessary element to the series to 1. Explain the story fully, 2. Get time to know our characters inside and out, 3. See the forming of connections and bonds between the characters through their interactions, and 4. Build up to the epic action/climax. There is something unique that the story does that I personally have not seen done before in an anime. Or maybe it has been done before, it's just I don't remember which anime did it. And that was having the fictional characters, the creations, meeting and interacting with their creators. Again, I'm sure there's some anime, TV show, or movie out there that did the same thing. The only one that really comes to mind is the movie Fat Albert. There's a scene where Fat Albert actually goes and meets Bill Cosby, his creator, and they have a little small exchange. Other than that, I can't think of a TV show or an anime that did the same thing. And I'm actually quite glad that the anime did this, as it gave us a chance to see how the created would react to their creators. And they act accordingly, with some of them very angry and resentful towards their creators for what they put them through, like constant mayhem, wanton destruction, and many deaths, especially those of family members and close friends. And not only was this reaction very reasonable and understandable, but it's also strangely relatable, as many of us in the real world, if we were to meet God, we would also react the same way. Why is there so much death and destruction in the world? Why can't there be any peace? But what's so great about this story element is that it adds an extra layer of dimension to the story and characters by having the created interact with their creators, seeing them clash constantly, butt heads, but slowly but surely come closer and closer to where they form a strong bond. A great example of this is the character Celestia with her creator Matsubara. At first, these two did not get along. They constantly clashed and argued and yelled at each other, but as the series went along, you saw them coming closer and growing mutual respect for one another, with Matsubara actually caring about Celestia like a daughter. Now, it might sound creepy, but if you've ever created a character before, you can relate and understand. I guess overall, I'm so glad that the creators were heavily involved in the story and add to it as well. Although I will say that I felt like the creators of this anime were kind of stroking themselves off in some parts. Especially in that one scene where the one character, Kikuchihara, called all the writers, the creators, heroes, and they're out to save the world. Oh, okay guys, let's just calm down now, okay? Don't get carried away. And with that said, without question, guys, the best thing Recreators offers us are its characters. They are so rich and dynamic on every single level. Each one of them. They're likable, fun, intricate, deep, and well fleshed out. We get a lot of insight into all the characters in the series. Their personalities, their likes and dislikes, their passions, what their lives were like before coming to the real world, the struggles that they face, their outlooks on situations, and what motivates them. We know these characters inside and out, and because of that, we're able to fully connect with them and care about them. Both heroes and villains alike. Recreators has one of the best and most compelling villains I've seen in an anime all year with Altair. Not only is she an incredibly powerful adversary for our heroes to face off against, but her reasons behind her actions were clear, and understandable. She's not just some mindless evil for the sake of being evil, mustache-twirling villain that wants to destroy the world for vague reasons. Her motives are far more deeper than that. And it really went a long way to enhance the character and make her intricate and enthralling. Honestly, it's such a daunting task to choose which character I like the most, as all of them are great in their own way and bring something to the table that another character could not. I just love these characters to death. But if I was forced at gunpoint to pick which characters I liked out of the bunch, I have two. Momika the Magical Girl is, for all intents and purposes, the heart of this anime. She truly embodies the personality of a magical girl with her innocent heroics and constant friendship speeches, and is so likable and sympathetic right off the bat. You can't help but root for this character and like her. And her relationship with Alistaria is downright adorable and cute. They might be the best relationship in this anime, right up there with Celestia and Matsubara. And then we got Momika's total opposite, Megane. This character is a riot. She is the funnest out of everyone with her demented personality and sharp cunning. She's considered a dark horse in the series, and it definitely shows that she never picks a side and completely fucks with everybody. The way that she would manipulate other characters or goad them into attacking her, it's just a thing of beauty. I loved every single minute with Megane. And the relationships between various characters are strong, interesting, dynamic, and very entertaining. The interactions among the characters are another big highlight to recreators. And finally, the last 6 episodes of this anime. Oh my goodness. That right there was one hell of a roller coaster ride. And I enjoyed every single minute of it. It was the entire package, guys. Excellent animation, awesome action, great character interactions, solid dialogue, epic score, powerful and moving emotional scenes, and a very satisfying conclusion. What more could you ask for? Well, now that you ask, you could probably ask for a little bit more, as ReZero does have a couple issues with it. First, the writing could have been a bit more concise in the series, as many of the dialogue and exposition scenes go on much longer than they needed to. Hell, sometimes it would take up an entire episode. A whole episode dedicated to nothing but exposition and explanations. Yeah, that sounds really riveting. I can't wait to see that episode. That's gonna be my favorite episode in the series, hands down. Cannot wait to see it. 10 out of 10. And it's not just once that the anime does this. It does it multiple times throughout the series, having Meteora stand up there spewing out informational diarrhea, and I'm just sitting there like, God damn, woman, is this gonna be on the test or something? Just slow down. Let me just gather my thoughts here and hear out what you're trying to tell me. God damn it! Now, I'm not a hypocrite. I did defend this point earlier in this review by explaining the benefits that came from having all these dialogue and exposition scenes. But a lot of the dialogue scenes and information that we gathered from these scenes could have been easily condensed. Instead of blathering on for almost 15 minutes to explain Altair and her evil plans, you could have just said, I believe from the information that I gathered that Altair brought us to this world to destroy it. See? Pretty simple and straightforward. I did that in what, 5 seconds? And it took you all of 10 minutes to explain that? I mean, come on. At the end of the day, the constant and lengthy exposition and dialogue among characters gets so exhausting to sit through, especially when you're watching the sub, which you have no choice but to do because there is no dub for this anime yet. So you're trying to gather all this information and read all of the subtitles, but they go by so fast, you're like, oh God, slow down, please. I don't want to have to pause, read, play, pause again, and keep reading. That gets so tiresome. And lastly, and I think this pissed me off the most, what the hell happened to Megane in the second half of the series? I mean, she's barely in it, and her story goes completely unresolved by the end. Hello there. She's kind of a big problem that needs to be dealt with. The fact that you don't even address her near the end of the series is kind of disheartening. It feels like you kind of forgot about her a little bit, and you left her story up in the air. That really bothered me, because she's out there somewhere now, and we don't know what she's doing, where she is, what mayhem she may be causing. I would love to see the mayhem that she's causing. Or maybe, maybe it's a sequel bait. They're setting up for a sequel so that they can deal with Megane. Like, Megane will be the main villain in the sequel. I don't know, but whatever they did not really resolve her story, and we have no idea what happens to the character at the end. But overall, guys, despite those two issues I mentioned, Re:Zero is a fantastic anime that most certainly lived up to the hype that it had. I was completely immersed in this anime. I could not take my eyes away from the screen, and I was completely moved by its powerful, emotional storytelling and deep characters. Not to mention the great animation and thrilling action scenes. It's definitely one hell of an anime, and if you haven't seen it, which I doubt you haven't, go check it out. But as always, guys, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to Recreators. I would love to know what you guys thought about this anime. Did you love it to death? Is it one of your favorite anime of the year so far? Or is it really boring, dull, unthrilling, you just couldn't get into it? And let me know, since it has become sort of a running trend in anime lately, what is your favorite series with the title Re in it? Re-Life, Re:Zero, Recreators, whatever the Re is, comment below, let me know, and stay tuned. I have 2 more anime reviews that'll be coming your way. One tomorrow and probably one later on this weekend. So do stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll have my top 10 list out before the end of the month, and I don't know when I'm having my live chat yet. I'll get back to you guys on that. But as always, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel, be a part of the Black Critic Group, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'll tell you about in a second. The creator, known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube!
Yes.